Hello Cancer, thank you for coming back. If you're a returning subscriber, lovely to have you back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy the reading. It's a general reading. I use the 12 houses of the zodiac. I've shuffled and laid out the cards already. So I pick out 3 houses, main areas of interest, and then the astrological guidance that goes with it, and the goddess guidance as well. So we'll see how this pans out for you. The first area of interest will be the 6th house. So the 6th house is to do with your routines, your daily routines. So this is your work routines, your workplace, your work colleagues, and work projects. Also mastery of your craft, whatever it is that you do. So even if you don't go to a workplace, or you're not involved with a company or a corporation or anything like that, whatever your craft is, whatever it is that you do as part of your your daily routines. It also covers health, diet, and well-being. So that's everything to do with that. They all lean into each other. It can also be the house of pets, so that may also come in at this time. Now, at the bottom you have astrological guidance is Mercury, mind. So with this card coming in, it says a number of things. It could apply to a number of things. It could be that you are stressing yourself out too much about something going on in the 6th house. So this can be almost over mental stimulation, overthinking things, over analyzing, anything like that. It can also it can be that sort of that tip of the scales. It can be that way, but it could also be that you may need to do more or use more intellectual abilities in order to tackle issues which have come up in the 6th house. So this could be to do with the internet, electronics. It could even be vehicles as well. But it's also about doing research and learning and discovering things within yourself. It could also be short journeys that you may be having to take at this time, or you may need to take in conjunction with this 6th house. It can also be it's everything to do with communication. Mercury rules communication. So this can be a message that you are receiving, or messages that you are receiving, or it could be messages that you are needing to give out, some form of communication which you are preparing for. Therefore, the electronics and the research may come in. But it could also be just a very important message coming to you at this time. And something it's going to trigger something, because you have butterfly maiden transformation at the top. So something could be triggered for you. It could be a change in your circumstances, or it could be that you may have to walk your talk in some way, because it's communicative. You may need to brush up on your communication skills. You may have to give a speech. You may have to be in the spotlight in some way. But it can also be others are talking about you as well. That could also be coming up. And just be aware that gossip may be coming up as well. So steer clear of that. Stay on the high ground. Sort of scandals and things like that may come out as well. Things that, are being discussed in the workplace. Something to do with that. But I feel for you, because it comes into your 6th house, it's probably that there are transformations going on to do with your work, or the work that you do. And however, whether you work from home or you work in a workplace, there are transformations no doubt going on, because everybody is going through that at this time in the world. So the way you are working may be changing, or you may need to change the way you are working. And and being online, using the internet and electronics and so on, it comes to the forefront with this card. So the communication, the networking and all of that comes in with this. And it could just be a new way of working. That's why you're learning new things. You're transmitting information differently, or you're assessing information, or you may need to be doing research in order to move forward with something. If it is a health and diet and well-being issue, as I said, it could be that you're overstressing yourself about issues going on. Perhaps you're just working longer hours, or doing more than what you used to do, and you're just overdoing things. It can be that as well. and that can be sort of overstimulation, too much information being absorbed, and so on. So just take steps in that to address that and to look after your body, because self-care is coming up in your reading this month. So I feel self-care is going to be very, very important for you. So when you're tired, rest. When you're hungry, eat. When you need to do some self-care, whether it's going for a massage or walks on the beach, whatever it is. So don't allow your nervous system to get overstressed at this time with all the things that are going on in your workplace or in the realm of your health and well-being. Don't allow this to overtake you and stress you out. At the top, you've got Butterfly Maiden Transformation. So you are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. So what she's saying is whatever is going on in this house, and with all the, you're trying to keep up with everything that's got to be done, not to resist the changes that are going on, not to fight against them. Just welcome the changes. Do not fear any changes that are going on in this house, because they're important and they're necessary and they're inevitable. So what she's saying is that embrace the changes. Don't be fearful. And don't allow fear to stand in your way or block you, because that's just going to make things more of a struggle. So, the symbol of the butterfly is that emerging of the butterfly from the chrysalis. It came from a caterpillar, it goes into a chrysalis, and then it becomes a butterfly. So you're somewhere in that transformation, and it's something that it's part of the cycle of life, and it's necessary, and it's going to bring you great blessings. So once you get through this phase, you will be in a much better place after that, and not to resist and not to struggle against it. Just go with what needs to be done, embrace the changes, and accept that things are moving in a direction which is necessary. And if you are working on manifestations for yourself, then it could be that springtime. Depends on where you are in the world and so on, but springtime for some people may be important. It may be where all the work that you're putting in now may come to fruition. So just think about the transformation aspect from a butterfly. Embrace that whole terminology and what it means, and understand that it's an alchemical change, and therefore you must move with the changes and not to be fearful about what is going down at this time. Then in the next house we have the second house, which is the house of ownership. So this is everything to do with your possessions. It's also to do with your income, how your income comes into you, however you earn your income, whether it's from a profession or a job or part-time work or from investments, however your income comes through to you. So it's everything to do with that. It's also the house of your self-worth and your value systems. So all of this, particularly value systems and income, is getting a massive overhaul at this time. Everybody is having to undergo some kind of transformation or some kind of shift. And most people are having to, have been kind of put into a position where they really have to analyze what is important to them. So it's an overhaul of your value systems, what you value in yourself and what you value in others, and in your possessions, what it is that you own. All forms of ownership comes in with this house as well. So at the bottom you have Yod, which is the destiny card. So this coming in for you, it's saying that this period that you're in, or this particular phase that you're in right now, is not going to be easy. And you may feel a bit like you are set apart from others. You may feel that you are different from others at this time in your life. So you could be feeling like the black sheep of the family, or just that you're marching to a different drummer right at this time. But don't worry about that. Don't worry about what other people think or say or do. Each one has got their own mission to get on with, their own path to get on with. Each one is busy working on that, and you are busy working on yours. And what this card is a destiny card. So whatever is coming for you, or whatever is occurring in this house for you at this time, is purposeful. It's very, very purposeful, and only you can do it. You know, it's fully intended for you. So this is kind of where you're trying to perhaps get away from having to do something, but the more you try to get away, the more it comes after you. It's that kind of energy as well. It can also be the energy of pioneering. So you may be at this time rearranging things. You may be going through phases of change, or you may feel like you're embarking on a path where you've got no signposts, or you feel like you've got no signposts, or you feel like you are alone on this path that you're on. And it may be quite tricky to navigate. But what this energy does, the yod energy, is saying that whatever it is that you're doing is very, very purposeful. You've got, some energy pointing down on you and pointing in a specific direction for you. And you just need to keep following that direction. And that is determined by your inner knowing. So your own inner GPS has already got the blueprint for this path that you're on. And as I said, you may be feeling apart from others, and that is, don't worry about that. You're not going to be getting good advice or appropriate advice, or at this time, or support even. You're going to be navigating this path on your own, and that is purposeful, because what it does is it teaches you to be more self-reliant, and to consult your own inner knowing about what it is you need to do. And being a Cancerian, you will have a lot of intuition and a lot of instinctual knowledge, and you will be very resourceful. So this is about really tapping into that to navigate the path forward for yourself at this time. And it may just feel a bit like you are, you've got a few frustrations, or that you've got a lot of pressure around you at this time, but you just keep plodding on your path, just keep navigating forward, and you will reach your destination, and you will have your success. But it's a very purposeful path that you're on. It's very appropriate for you. It's specifically designed for you, and it's something that you really need to do. So destiny is pointing in that direction, and you simply have to follow it at this time. And to go with that, we've got Irene. She is the peace card, the peace goddess. There is no need to worry, as everything is working out beautifully. Okay, so with another aspect with the yod and the destiny card is that it is a divine timing card. So you may be feeling a bit of frustration about the way things are going, or with what it is that you're working on, that it's not moving fast enough, or that you have so many issues, or you have a lot of pressures, and that the path is not clear. And Irene is here to say to you that do not worry about this. Your path is laid out for you. You just need to go into your inner knowing and simply follow it. Listen to your guidance. Everything is working out beautifully. Your divine timing is at work, and whatever is playing out in your second house, more than likely it's to do with your ownership, or your values, what you're trying to discern, what is right for you, what is not right for you. And you've got Saturn coming up as well in your chart. So this is about taking a very realistic view on everything, and really getting to grips with what is important for you, not for anybody else, but for you at this time. And she's here to reassure you that to be at peace, to find that inner peace, and know that you will be guided, and to tap into your inner guidance, which will give you the direction that you need to follow at this time. So also with this card, it's about, a lot of it is about self-care. Give all your cares and your worries to heaven. So pray for assistance, speak to your angels or your guidance team, whatever it is that you rely on for help. Ask for help. Let your prayers be handled by the universe, but also to take care of yourself and do any peaceful activities that are right for you. So whether that's sea salt baths, spending time in nature, swimming in the sea, whatever is going to give you peace. Walking, at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day to compose your thoughts. Whatever peace-loving activities that you find are helpful to you, make sure that you do those at this time while you are going through this process. We have the 9th house as your final house of interest. The 9th house, and I feel, because of the way the cards have come out and various other things that are going on, I feel that it may be travel or adventure related, which you are dealing with currently. So perhaps because the ninth house is about travel, this is about international travel actually. So you may be dreaming of something that you want to do, or somewhere that you want to go, or an adventure trip that you want to undertake. It could be that. It could also be adventures of the mind. So this is exploring different concepts and understanding different parts of philosophy, belief systems, even your any kinds of interests which are related to that. So philosophy, law, the law and everything to do with the law, the higher courts also come in with this. Further education and study, so this is university level education or adult education. And it's also about foreign countries, foreign cultures. All of this may be wrapped up in the same parcel for you. Or it could be about a business, so import, export, learning about foreign requirements, paperwork, things like that. It could also be to do with public relations and promotional work of all kinds. Perhaps you're trying to do that now with the business that you have. It could also be to do with publishing. Perhaps you're writing, or you want to write, or you want to publish something, whether that's online or in a book form, whatever is appropriate for you. This house also covers teaching. So everything to do with that. And it's also very much about the use of your intuition, the intuitive processes, and understanding everything to do with that. So life's mysteries, the search for truth, search for meaning, the use of the intuition in people and in yourself, and using your intuitive abilities to guide you. And that is also important for you at this time. You're going to be going into your inner self to help you navigate certain things. So that's very much important for you. It can also be opening up of belief systems. It can be religion, or it could have a more philosophical slant, or it can have a more intuitive slant. So whatever is appropriate for you. It could also be that you're involved in a legal situation and you're awaiting an outcome. So any one of those aspects could come in. But there's an element of impatience here. Aries, I am. You also have the Saturn card, as I said before. Now, Saturn can cover delays, frustrations. Something has been put on hold, or something has been delayed. And a great many of us are experiencing this at time, particularly with travel and also with conducting your business. Depends what you're involved in, or to do with studying. A great many people are simply unable to go back to their normal course of study, or to jump on a plane and travel to where they need to go because of the situation in the world at the moment. So there are a great many restrictions on us. So how we used to be able to do things simply has changed now. And so there are delays, things have been put on hold, and so on. So I feel with the Aries card, you're impatient to get ahead with certain things. You could be a teacher and you may need to get back to school, and that has been restricted at this time, depending on where you are in the world and what the regulations are about going back to schooling, everything that's going on about that. There could be delays with that. It could also be that you're simply, rearing to go in whatever area this ninth house is covering for you. And the Aries is an energetic, it's a fiery card. It's about getting things done. There's no nonsense with this energy, no nonsense, cards on the table. Let's get going. Let's do this. You may have to cooperate with others at this time, but you may have to just, as I said, control your energy at this time. Yes, be enthusiastic and get things prepared, but you may just have to redirect that energy at this time into something else until you can get the go-ahead to move ahead with whatever it is that you're wanting to do. It could also be that you're dealing with egos around you, other people's egos at this time. There could be some really bossy people around you. You may have to protect your interests at this time. There could be, people could be really in a very difficult space right now. There are a lot of pressures on people personally and professionally. And so there could be a lot of energy going on in your workplace or wherever it is that you are feeling this. But I feel it's about wanting to get going on certain things and and preparing yourself for that. And the energy and the directness of Aries is wanting to push through, wanting to get ahead and do what needs to be done. You may have to compete, you may be challenged at this time, you may also be defending yourself possibly. As I said, there may be some really bossy people around right now. That could be happening. There just could be a lot of energy and it's just not going anywhere effectively at this time. So get yourself prepared, do what you need to do, redirect any energy into platforms that are working currently. Get yourself prepared so that when you do get the go ahead, you can really move ahead with power and with a certain amount of force. The goddess guidance is Sekhmet. Be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. So I feel it's, as I said, getting your emotions under control, planning, preparation, wanting to move ahead with certain things. And this is about being strong, about what it is that you want to do, getting ready. Also getting hold of that energy, the Aries energy, and channeling it correctly as well. So this is about being methodical and moving ahead one step at a time. But as I said, it may also be that you have a sudden rush and then you've now got to jump in and sort something out. But this is about strength, personal strength, inner strength. It's also about not feeling like you're a victim. So this is about positive thinking. Don't blame anybody. Don't complain about anything. Just focus your energy where you can to do what you need to do. So if you are wanting to plan a trip, or if you do need to want to travel somewhere and you can't wait to get going, then perhaps it's an adventure trip that you want to take. So redirect that energy, that impatience that you have into preparing your body, preparing yourself, and use weight training if you need to prepare your body. Go to the gym if you can, or do something at home which is going to help you to build your body up for whatever adventure or whatever trip that you can do at some point when we are able to travel. If it's to do with preparing for something, whether it's a course of study which has been delayed or something else that has been delayed, prepare, and don't complain or be negative about the situation. Just positive thinking will always bring about a positive result. So think positive, speak positive, and that will direct the energy to bring about what it is that you're waiting for or trying to achieve in the 9th house. It could be, as I say, a legal issue, something that you're waiting on, and with Saturn here, there are going to be delays and there are going to be frustrations. Saturn is the bottom of the deck here. This is about taking a really realistic view of everything, whether it's your finances or your work routine or your health or what it is you want to do, or even your faith, your religion. This is about taking a really realistic view on what can be achieved at this time. Saturn is a slow-moving energy, so there will be delays, there will be frustrations, and sometimes if you're trying to achieve something, it can feel like you're walking through treacle. It's very slow and there are obstacles to be overcome. But it could also be that you have a mentor or somebody that you're working with at this time and they're a bit of a taskmaster, or the task that you have in front of you is quite difficult. But that's one thing about Saturn, it certainly does temper steel. So during this process, this is about honing your energy. It's also about being systematic and methodical about everything that you're doing. So if you're preparing for something, go about it, be meticulous, think these things through, which is why the Mercury card is here. Think things through, do your research, learn whatever you need to learn at this time. It's a kind of a proving process with Saturn around. It's shoulder to the wheel. You will have to work hard to achieve what it is you want, but there is success at the end of that, because if you really apply yourself, then Saturn can be very rewarding at the end of that. So don't give up hope. Be determined about what it is that you're wanting to achieve here. Don't give up. Keep moving forward and be resourceful and just stay on your path and just be determined and set your goals. Move towards them methodically and with a systematic approach. And as I say, you may not get acknowledgement, you may not get help at this time, you may feel a little bit alone, but it's a necessary process to be going through at this time. And the bottom of the goddess deck is Aphrodite, inner goddess. So awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. So with the 9th house, this does have a religious slant to it. It also has a belief system slant to it, so it could be your psychic development or your religious development, whatever is your philosophy in life, whatever it is that you like to follow, your interests and so on. Make sure that you are appreciating your own particular, what your skills and everything that you bring to the table, and your own self, which is where the self-care comes in for the 2nd house. Self-care, self-worth. Your self-worth is very, very important. It directs a large part of your life. So if your self-worth is strong, then a great many other things just simply fall into place. But it does require self-care. It does require appreciating, your beautiful inner self. Whether you're a feminine or a masculine, doesn't matter. We have both sides within us. And this is the appreciation element, appreciation of your own particular needs. So whatever that may be, enjoy time by the sea, enjoy your self-care regimens and routines, whether it's exercise or whatever it is that you do. Just appreciate yourself and look after yourself at this time in the world. We, going through a lot of pressures, all of us. And this is about being appreciative of yourself, but also taking care of yourself. Do whatever it is that you need to do to make yourself strong and feel better as you move forward in your life. And then I have my destiny cards here. These have been packed for a long time. I got them out the other day to use now. So let's see what card comes out for you. They're very small, sorry. This one wants to come out, so let's see. Grace. Okay, so with the Grace card, this is saying to you that especially with the 9th house, that is very much about grace. It's about whether it's religious or philosophical or whatever, it's about approaching your life with gratitude and with grace at this time. So also give yourself grace. Whatever it is that you're going through and everything that is happening for you at this time, try to be as appreciative of yourself, your own self-worth, and everything that you're doing, because you are in a time of transformation. And self-care is very much implicated here. Irene's here, Sekhmet and Aphrodite, and they all talk about self-care. And you've got the 6th house, which is about your health and diet and your well-being. So all of those things. So be, gentle with yourself at this time through transformation. Do whatever it is you've got to do to make yourself feel better, and give yourself that grace, that time to be in your own space and to nurture yourself, which is pretty much a Cancerian thing, nurturing. So often you nurture others and to put yourself second. And this is saying to you at this time, through all this process, until you get the go-ahead to move ahead with everything you want to do, give yourself grace and nurture yourself and your body and your own transformational process. Okay, Cancer, I hope you enjoyed that. Please take care, and I will see you next time.